right. Give this a few minutes to start up. Definitely, if anybody's watching, whenever you join in, please let me know how the audio quality is. And give everybody a few minutes to join before we jump into this. Go ahead and share this on Facebook. All right. I don't know if we'll have a ton of people watching today. I just kind of wanted to do a live stream. It's been a long time since I put one of these out. I've been slowly getting back into doing these YouTube videos. So I know that my Thirsty Thursday videos have been pretty regular. There's been a few that I haven't been doing like I should on, like, I guess my Munchy Mondays and my Techie Tuesdays. So I've got to try to focus, do a little bit more with that. Um, but I wanted to do this live stream anyway. I've been doing the whatever Wednesdays in my old traditional format that was similar to the Tall Can Tuesday series, where basically I just got a tall can of beer, some sort of big bottled drink of some kind, and I would just kind of talk about certain topics. And I had a really good engaging audience a long time ago. There was a lot of people that would join and throw down comments and questions, things that they'd want to hear, topics they wanted to hear talked about in future videos. So I'm hoping I can rebuild that to some extent. Whenever I do the whatever Wednesdays, I'm just sort of spitballing ideas and kind of throwing out what's going on currently with the channel in my life. But if there's other topics that people want to hear, well, then definitely throw them down below. We'll jump right into talking about all those. But yeah, today's video, again, first time getting back into doing some live streams, so hopefully some folks will join. Today we're going to be enjoying a Starface double IPA from Kings County Brewers Collective, and this one is out of Brooklyn, New York. It's an 8% double dry hopped double IPA with Citra, Galaxy, Strata, and Nelson Sauvin hops. I don't know a lot about the different varieties of hops that's in this one, but in general, I've enjoyed a lot of the KCBC beers I've had. I've had quite a few now so far, and in general, I'm an IPA person, so I guess this is what we'll start with today. And if I manage to go through all this and people join, we get some interactions, some comments, some questions, some topics to discuss. I have some Stone IPA on backup just in case. Let's take a look at what we got on the pour here. So it's about what you would expect from a double dry hopped IPA. It's got a nice hazy characteristic to it, almost golden color to it. A little bit overly heady pour on that one. That's my fault. But, a lot of the ones I've been getting from KCBC, it does tend to be more of like a hazy style IPA. Most of the, characteristics that I get off of them. And there's been another brewery that I've been picking up that tend to put off more hazy qualities to me than a standard IPA or a double or even triple IPA. But in general, this one smells super good. Go ahead and give it a sip. This is for all of you who join, who watch either now or later in the future. Thanks so much for taking the time to tune in today. Oh, yeah. Well, that one's actually really nice. There's some sort of like champagne characteristic to it. I don't know why. It's like I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. Maybe it's the type of hops that's in there that's kind of giving me the champagne vibe when I drink it. Kind of similar to a mimosa. I kind of dig that. It's got some citrus, some champagne, some bubbly there. It's good stuff. So today, again, this video is just an introductory, first time going live. I know I didn't give much notice. I didn't let people know that I was going to be doing this stream. So, and everything in the background is in disarray. I have to sort of kind of figure out where I'm going to do more live streams. I think in the future, I'll probably have a setup somewhere outside so I can enjoy nature and kind of get out. This room gets pretty hot after a little while. This is my small office where I do my actual work and where I do, all my video editing and whatnot. But I wanted to do this video again today to just go over a few my normal stuff, what I would always talk about on a whatever Wednesday. I didn't get any topics from anyone or any questions to ask, but if something arises, throw it down in the chat and we'll definitely be sure to discuss it in this video. But basically, I just wanted to go over what's happening with the channel. So I don't know if you've been noticing, I have been trying to put out more videos. I know I've been slacking again in a couple areas. I do want to get myself focused, and I'm hoping maybe next week I come back. We've had a lot of stuff going on the weekends lately, and I haven't personally been dedicating the time that it needs, for me to film and properly edit. All of this stuff takes a lot of time, and I don't think people realize I mean, there are a lot of folks that I see doing reviews, especially on Facebook these days, where it's just sort of done from a phone. Most all of the edits are from a phone. They're using, some quick software that'll maybe make some cuts and then they post that. But what I try to do with mine is make full length videos like we all used to do back in the day in the chili head community when we would do hot sauce reviews or any kind of review. I don't like to just, taste the sauce, tell you how it is. You don't see an over exaggerated character with me. Like, I don't try to be some persona that I'm not. I am who I am. And I try to give you a full background on whatever it is that I'm taking a look at that day, whether it's a hot sauce or a beer or some food item or some techie product. I'm going to try to give you all of the details that I can, that I know of, that I think are relevant about, the company, how they came to be, the founders, especially when we're dealing with small mom and pop businesses. And I do try to always support local wherever I can. I think we always should support local businesses. And there's been a lot of really good activity lately in my own local community that I hope to start bringing into the channel at some point. There are a few restaurants that I've been talking to. I'm trying to get the owners on board to possibly do a small, interview, kind of like what I did with Moningo's, the food truck that I did, the Cuban food truck in Lake City. That was awesome. I want to do more stuff like that for the Monday Munchies or Munchie Mondays series. I always get that kind of mixed up. But yeah, it's really been trying to focus more on actually filming and taking the time to do proper editing. So my videos are a little bit longer than some. I try to really, I've been trying to add some new funky stuff to my videos that make them slightly more entertaining. It's hard to get retention, to get people to watch videos and stay on. Most people's attention spans are short. That's why reels and shorts are so popular these days. You can just sit on the toilet and scroll through reel, and next thing you know, you've watched 100 different ones. They're 30 seconds to a minute long, sometimes a little bit longer. And I'm trying to utilize that more as well, because I know that's where everything is nowadays. It's not all long form content. People want to see the short forms, and so I'm trying to figure out ways how to adapt those. And I don't know if you've seen my shorts playlist. I've been trying to do a whole lot more shorts. Even if I'm not putting out a full length video for something, I'm trying to at least throw out something every day. So even though I'm taking off mostly Fridays and Saturdays, I am still trying to put up some shorts on those days. It is hard when you got a career and you're focused on that, but this has always been fun to me. So it's nice to get back into the swing of things and focus on making some fun content again. And I do have a lot of fun stuff coming here in the near future. I've got probably, I don't know, 20 plus hot sauce bottles from a lot of different great companies. Still have several from High Desert Sauce Company. I've got several from Stanky Sauce here in Florida, the Stankowicz brothers. I think I got 6 of their different ones, 5 hot sauces, 1 barbecue sauce, a slew of other ones coming, some Coney Island sauce. Got several different craft beers in the fridge. So my local community really doesn't have anything for craft beer. There's a tiny selection you can find in my local store, but for the most part, I got to drive about 45 minutes into Gainesville, where there's a couple places that I really love to go, like Gator Beverage. It's right there on University. It's one of the most popular little craft beer stores. It's been around for many, many years. It was crazy to walk in after 5 years, and the guys there, they called me out by name. They still remember me. The same people that were working there 5 years ago, last time I went in that store, were still there working. And that's awesome. It was really cool to see those guys say hello. And now I've also been going to Total Wine a little bit there, because they've got a pretty huge selection of craft beer as well. Tommy said, I'd love to try some hot sauce if you got that many. Well, yeah, man, definitely. If you ever want to be in a video, let me know. I have been, I got her daughter Aubrey to be in a video, and she tried one of these super spicy cheese sticks that we had, the Lucifer one. So I'm gonna try to start getting her into some other hot sauces. I've got some really super ones too, like High Rise, Reaper Riptide, a few others that from God, I can't remember the name of the Pepper Ninja, super spicy ones, and of course all the ones I already have reviewed. I'm more than happy to share, and pour your little bottle you can take home with you. But yeah, definitely tons of sauces, tons of craft beers. As far as while still staying with craft beer, I decided to check out what Pinter is. If you haven't heard of Pinter, it's basically a brewing process where you just skip the whole first phase, where you've got your barley, your hops, your malts, all that, your water, and you're condensing everything down in that mash. And the first phase of the brewing process. It skips all of that. And basically, you have these small little containers that are like mini kegs where you can get, they say, 12 pints out of it. And it gives you all of the essentials that you need. It takes about 30 days to brew a beer. So I did two different ones. I've got a regular sort of Pilsner style beer that I think Amber and I would like. And then I got a more hoppy one that's about 7%. The first one should be done. I did a test run to see how it would all be. Then I'm going to do an actual video going through the entire process, what you get in the box, how you go through the brew process, how the app works. The app's incredibly intuitive. That really tells you everything with videos, step by step, so you know you're not going to mess up anything during the brewing process. Hopefully, the second one will be done right at the 4th of July. So I'll be tapping it for the holiday weekend. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, all that coming. We take a big swig out of this. Thanks so much for joining, Tommy. Thanks to everyone else who ends up joining. Cheers. Ooh, I'll tell you, man, this one definitely packs a punch. And it's got, like I said, there's something like, I don't know why I keep saying champagne. There's something about it that makes me think of champagne. These guys have super cool artwork on their cans. This is that star face. I think a lot of people buy beers and hot sauces and everything else. That's why they make the cans or the bottles artwork so neat, is people see that and they're drawn in and say, yeah, I want to check that out. So yeah, it's super cool can artwork. That's pretty much why I bought, I think, most of the KCBC line. I bought 4 or 5 of them when I went to Total Wine. I went crazy. I probably spent 150 bucks, I think, on craft beer, but I've got, probably 13 reviews that I can do, which gives me a lot of videos that I can pre-film. I have actually already pre-filmed several craft beer reviews. That way it's one video out of the week. I don't have to stress about trying to hurry up and get filmed and get edited. I just have a backup of those ready to go. And if something more important comes along, I can just skip it and do that video another week. Cheers, man. You got a Bush beer. Cool. Hey, man, doesn't matter what you're drinking as long as you're drinking something, right? And it is after that time. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. It might be 7 o'clock here, but it's always a good time to crack open a cold one. What else do we got going on? There are some big stuff. There are some big stuff. There is some big things happening with my personal life that I can't entirely get into just yet. But it involves this whole land dispute that I've been going through ever since I bought this house. And to briefly touch on it, it was maybe within the first year of me buying this house, I had guests over and we were doing a dinner thing. And some random person came and knocked on my door and asked me if I needed help moving my garage off of their property. So basically, there's been this easement dispute that's been going on for quite some time. I think, we're finally close to a resolution. I have a couple steps to go, and I don't want to talk about it too much just yet. But when everything does go down, and I'll know more by this weekend, I'm hoping, I'll do a video and break down everything. And I just can't wait for all of this to be done. It's been weighing on me for years since I bought this house. So fingers crossed, resolution incoming soon. So that's good. We've got a bunch of other things going on. I'm going to be looking to build the privacy fence around the backyard. An 8 foot is what I'm going to try to do. But I think when I did the math, it's going to cost somewhere around $3,000, maybe a little bit more. And depending on, that was an estimate I did 6 to 8 months ago. So it could be even more now or less. I'm hoping less, but things like everything seems to be getting more and more expensive these days. So I don't expect it to be any cheaper now. What else do we got? I don't know. Just been trying to focus on how to make Techie Tuesday videos. I don't know what to do with those. I was doing some pinball stuff, but the virtual pinball community is a very niche community. It's small. It's not a huge and very popular thing. So to just make all those videos for Techie Tuesday doesn't make sense to me. So trying to look at some other options, some things that I could do that would be entertaining. I have given some thought to doing, some hue lighting reviews. I'm a huge fan of the Philips Hue lights. I think they're incredible. I've been using the same light bulbs. Like there's 2 bulbs that I have in these posts behind me. I've been using those same ones for probably 5 years now, 6 years. They have no right. Granted, they're super expensive, but I don't have to change bulbs every year or every 6 months. Sometimes those cheap LED bulbs just go out for no reason whatsoever, and you end up burning through packs over a couple years. the fact that these have lasted so long, $40 to $50 a bulb, but they're going to last you 10 years, that's not so bad. So been doing a lot of added a whole lot of LED strips. There's a strip that I've got running up along here. Maybe I'll play with the colors in just a little bit. And since I haven't done a live stream like this, I kind of I'm gonna figure out how to make the background and the colors and everything better. I've already got something coming for the back that'll cover up that whole wall. I may even eventually get rid of these two lights that I have sitting there since I've got a strip running around the whole roof. But yeah, don't exactly know what I'm going to do with the whole setup here just yet. Um, but I wanted to, like I said, at least jump in and do a live stream. I know there are a few folks that would normally join, but I don't think they got enough notice. So I'm hoping next time I do a live stream, we can get Florida 32 ounce in. He's been a huge supporter and it's just all around good dude. So hopefully he can join in and chat. I'm going to probably start playing around with OBS software a little bit. I'm just running all of this through the YouTube app itself, and I've just got a webcam set up. I'm using my microphone from one of my microphone sets. So I bought two different Hollyland Mark. I don't know, one's like a Lark One, Max Two, something like that. Anyway, I got two different kinds. Really, some of the best wireless microphones I found. They're cuts down the wind. You absolutely hear no wind, no noise. The AI that's in it will really drastically reduce any surrounding sounds. So you're not picking up, other people talking. You're not picking up cars driving by. Nothing. It just focuses on the voice, which is really cool. But I bought originally one, which is just a standard set of two. So you get two microphones, one receiver, and I've loved it. I used it for a little while, but I wanted to start doing some more videos and get some more people involved. I know we still have an advent calendar from Bartesian that I haven't even cracked open yet. We completely skipped it for Christmas. So I've got all those drinks just sitting in there. And I think one of Amber's friends is going to end up joining us here soon to do a full video trying out all 12 of the different drinks that were in the Bartesian set for that advent calendar. And so I wanted a set of microphones that would cover more than just two people. So now with the new Hollyland Max 2, got four microphones for one receiver, and it seems to be really awesome. Everything seems to be working well with that. And then maybe I could start doing some other things with, like Tommy, since you've been around. Maybe as we start getting into the summertime, we get gatherings like over at Kenny and Amanda's and other places. People are hanging out. I can bring some hot sauces, bring some beers, different things. We could get more people on microphone and trying some different things. I know I've got some stuff that'll really burn some people up. So maybe we can start doing that when it gets more into the festive time of year. Although right now it's super hot. I don't really feel like sitting around outside doing much of anything right now. Kind of already missing those cold days, but we really need some rain. We need lots and lots of rain still in a drought. And that lake is just looking pitiful right now. Right? It is sad where our lake levels are at. Let me take one more sip. I see we got a second viewer joined in. Appreciate you stopping in for now. This one's for you. Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't, there's something about this beer, the hops. It's just getting to me. It's just a flavor profile that I'm not entirely used to. Other things that I do have coming, I don't know when or what video style I'm going to put it in, whether it's going to be, I don't think it'll be a Techie Tuesday video. It's probably going to be whatever Wednesday or a Fuck It Friday or something. But I did order a couple packages, mystery boxes from a website called Porch Pirates. I saw them popping up on Facebook, and I've tried a few different mystery boxes, and they've been fun. But I think, I don't know, I'm hoping that theirs will be better than, some of the other companies that I've looked at. They had two different versions. Actually, they have multiple different versions, and in each one of them, you have an opportunity to win some high-priced object. So I wanted an Xbox X series or whatever it is. I don't know what the newest console is, but the only reason why I even want a console, I've got a powerful PC right here. I play all my games on Steam, or I've got my Quest headset, the Quest 3 for VR stuff. But I'm really wanting to get a console because Grand Theft Auto is supposed to be coming out in November. I think they haven't pushed back the release date just yet, and it's only going to be available, I think, on PlayStation and Xbox. So that means if I want to play the game, I got to get a console. And I've never really been much of a PlayStation person, always been an Xbox guy myself. What about you? What are you guys? Are you a Xbox person or a PlayStation person? Let me know down below. in the comments. It's kind of one of those things where either you've played it all your life or you, I don't know. I played every console, everything from Atari to Nintendo to Sega to, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, all the consoles I had all the way up from PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3. I think that's where I stopped was PS3. I didn't get a PS4. I had every Xbox iteration there was, modded my original Xbox, all of that stuff. But so I don't know. It's kind of I guess a personal thing when it comes to choosing a console. Some people latch to one or the other. I did again do PlayStation for many years, but ended up kind of drifting back over to Microsoft. And just ended up liking their style. I like their controller formats. Playing on PC, you can take their standard Xbox controller, and I know you can play your PlayStation ones on PC as well, but I just like the feel. You get used to the button configurations and whatnot. So I think we'll get the Xbox and look to check out the new Grand Theft Auto 6 when it comes out. Let's see. I think that's really about it that's going on with the channel. I did get a box from Nika, NECA, so it's a company that makes certain types of action figures. You can get them in all different styles or genres. I went with a horror genre just because we really like horror themed stuff. We like horror movies. And honestly, I was kind of disappointed because I've seen other people do mystery unboxings and they got some really cool ones, like bigger dolls that are 7, 8 inches tall, like from Alien or I don't know, Nightmare on Elm Street or Terrifier or any of that stuff. What I ended up getting was mostly, I mean, they're all small dolls. The figures are, they're kind of cheaply made. I mean, I don't want to say they're cheaply made. I don't want to diss the company, but it's like, even GI Joe that I used to get as a kid had more movement to them. You could bend the knees and the elbows. These are all stiff and don't really move very much. And I guess a lot of people buy those to just keep them on a box and put them on their shelf, but it's not really my style. I'm not buying stuff to just keep in a box and store away in a closet. So it's just, anyway, I opened up several of them. You'll see them in the back of my normal video reviews. I've started putting a few on the shelves. Some of them are cool. Some of them really suck. Just, wasn't really worth the money. I don't think I spent $140 to get $400 worth of stuff. And it was $400 worth of stuff that I probably would, don't really care about that I could just give away to some people, I guess. The holidays are coming up. Maybe there's some kids that I know that would like, a set of Hocus Pocus dolls or something. I don't know. So I probably won't do that again, but I am looking forward to the mystery boxes, seeing how all that goes. Hopefully there's some cool stuff in it. Again, I got two different ones. One's supposed to be the higher tier $80 box that gives you a chance to win all of the mystery prizes from a Nintendo Switch to an Xbox to a PS5 to a Louis Vuitton bag, all that. And then I got one that was specific just for the Xbox. And who knows? I mean, there seems to be a whole lot of people winning, but I doubt somebody online that's ordering it's going to get a chance. They actually have a box store where people are going in and getting to shake the boxes and see how they feel, and kind of weighing it out to see, oh, well, this one feels pretty heavy. That could be a game console. I doubt they're just going to send one in the mail, but hey, who knows? You never know. Just like the shirt I'm wearing now, I did order a whole bunch of stuff from Hodge Twins, trying to support other YouTubers. Always been a fan of the Hodge Twins. I think they're super funny. Their content's on par with things that I agree with and that I enjoy. So anyway, I got a whole bunch of t-shirts coming from them, more like this and others that are funny and fun to wear around communities that are maybe not so, well, I'm not going to get into politics. I'm trying my best to avoid politics with a lot of this stuff with my YouTube channel. It's, I think politics is so polarizing. Everyone feels very strongly about their beliefs. That's why growing up, the motto was always three things you don't talk about is money, politics, and religion. It's because we all have very strong, hard opinions about each one of those things. And, especially in today's political climate, man, I mean, people are getting killed for their beliefs. People are just absolutely unhinged. And so I'd rather just, focus. I know in the past in my YouTube channel, I used to talk about certain things, but I think I'm going to avoid all of those topics with this channel moving forward as I'm trying this clean slate, this new go at making videos. So it's, it's going to be a politics free. It's going to be focused on these specific topics and everything else and the good. Reason why I got back into doing this was to reconnect with the audience that I used to have, with everyone that used to watch the videos. I mean, I had such an awesome, engaging audience, but at the time, life was just too much. I was struggling to get by, working, very shitty jobs for the most part. And it was too much for me to try to set up everything, set up the computers. And honestly, I didn't have the funds to do anything properly the way I would have liked to do it. So I decided to take several years off from all of this. And I've popped up from time to time doing a video or two here and there. But this is an honest go at trying to make some good content again. So that's why I started with the schedule. And AI really is cool for doing certain things. I try not to use it for everything, but I mean, to help my website, the website was really shitty, to be honest. I mean, I had, poor graphics. Each page was shitty. There was nothing engaging or good there. So I ran everything through AI and, asked it to create some suggestions to make some changes, how I could improve on the website. And it really helped me with code, with all sorts of things. And it inspired me to go ahead and pay for more with my website. So I ended up getting unlimited amount of pages. That way I could focus. It helped me create a schedule. It's kind of what I always envisioned, was having set days for certain videos. Although, I mean, I find myself wanting to put out a hot sauce video on a Tuesday, but I only have spicy Sundays. That's supposed to be for spicy related products. So I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do or how I'm going to do that. Cause maybe I'll just do 2 videos on a Sunday. I'll do 2 hot sauce reviews. I have so many sauces that are coming in, and I want to make sure that I don't know, that I get them all out, but I also don't want to overload people by putting out too many videos on the same day. So, maybe I'll have to save some stuff for one of those off days, my Saturdays or Sundays, which are mostly days that I spend filming, editing, and doing my own thing away from work and YouTube. But I don't know. I also have, one other thing I forgot. So I did an exclusive with the hot sauce, the high rise heat hot sauce. I was the first one to get it in, first one to do a review for it. It was an awesome collaboration with Swindle Sauce, Chef Rich Bryson, and Matthew Lynch. And I don't know, it was so cool getting that one out there. And then I was actually contacted by another friend. It's been a long time since he and I talked, but he reached out and he's got a very special jerky that's coming out. And I'm not going to say anything more about it until it happens, but stay tuned. There is going to be another exclusive video coming here with a super spicy jerky that I'm really excited to get in, to try, and to be the first one. There are apparently several different YouTubers and other reviewers out there that are going to get their hands on this. But it was nice to be contacted and thought of as the first person to actually do the reviews for his jerky. And the company's really cool. They're not just sending me this spicy one. They're going to send out a few other different samples of their regular lineup. So I'll do some reviews talking about their standard line of jerky, which all sound very unique and different than just your, Jack Links or your standard, jerkies that you could find on the shelf. So definitely excited about that. That's one of the cool things about doing these videos is, having people reach out and, giving you the opportunity to be the first one to try something. And, I don't know, the high rise heat was big. Everybody loved that. That sold out super fast. And keep an eye out on Chef Bryson and Swindle Sauce, one of my favorite sauce companies. They're located here in Florida, but I've been following him for 14, 15 years. He's a great, very talented chef. His sauces are always very well balanced, using good, fresh ingredients. It's just all around, man. You can't miss with any of the sauces he put out. So anyway, all that'll be coming soon. Lots of hot sauces. I'm going to take another sip because I'm feeling a little parched and my throat's a little dry. Cheers. Once again, we are enjoying Starface Double IPA. Where is it? KCBC, Kings County Brewers Collective. So definitely an interesting one. Like I said, I don't know what to think about it. I'm a huge IPA fan, so in general, this is up my alley. This is a perfect beer for me. But honestly, I mean, it doesn't hold a flame to the original Stone IPA, man. I've always been such a huge fan of their West Coast style IPAs. Maybe that's one of the difference too in the West Coast, East Coast, all the different I don't know, man. People just call things all sorts of different stuff nowadays. It doesn't matter what coast it comes from. Um, but I do find that there's unique distinctions between each style. So just like rap, you got your East Coast rap and your West Coast rap. Totally different genres, totally different styles. South rap versus North rap. Anyway, I don't really know where else to go with this video. I was hoping there'd be some other people that would join, throw some comments down. But again, it's been so long since I did this stuff. I don't have the same engagement that I used to have when I would put these out. So I think I'll probably end up wrapping this one up before too long. We're already at 30 minutes. It's kind of just a test run to see how this kind of video would go. I can play around with it, change the lights just a bit in here. Yeah. Anyway, I guess I'm going to end up hopping off of this. I appreciate everyone who took the time to watch. Obviously, this will be posted on the YouTube channel. So anybody who does come back and watch this after the fact, if there's anything you would like to hear discussed in future videos, if you want to see some more live streams, you just want a little bit more notice, let me know down below in the comments. If there's certain topics you want to hear about, any questions you have, any questions you'd like answered, throw them down. I love interacting with everyone. That's why I do the YouTube videos, is so that I can interact with folks that have similar interests in me. And it's hard to find in my area, in my small community. There aren't a lot of people that are into hot sauce or that are into craft beers, or even some of the techie stuff that I'm into, the retro arcades, all that stuff. Even though I built this huge retro arcade with a virtual pinball machine that has every kind of table you could want, a retro arcade machine with games from the old school arcades and Atari all the way up to PlayStation 3. I've got a setup that's a light gun shooter setup with arcade games as well as other standard console shooters, and a whole Guitar Hero setup. Hardly anybody ever comes by and checks any of that stuff out or plays. So I don't have a lot of, people in the local community anyway that are interested in the same stuff I am. So that's why I try to do these videos, broaden my net of people, throw it out there and see if I can find some other people that are into this kind of stuff. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. Appreciate you all for joining, taking the time to tune in today. We're going to finish this beer, and I think we'll call it a day. Anyway, thanks for watching. Cheers. All right. And as always, stay toasty, my friends. We'll see you in the next live video. Cheers.